The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, the Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Brought to you by Nadex. Call now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tom O'Brien and Darrell Martin.
Welcome, folks. Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, you get the Dow down 33. Nasdaq is off $1.50. You get the futures off $2.50. Gold is up $1.40, trading out at $13.18. We got silver flat at 21. Oil, let's see, she's up 23 at 106.07. And bonds, you just can't stop them, folks. The 10 years up 4 ticks at 125.06. 30 years up 3 at 137.08. And King Dollar, she's down 124 ticks at 80.15. Come over to our website at TFNN. And if you haven't test drove the Nadex platform yet, folks, great time to do it. On the right-hand side, you're going to see a banner, Nadex. Hit that banner. You can bring up the account. It takes all of about 5 minutes. They'll put $25,000 of funny money into that account. As we walk you through these contracts, you'll see exactly how efficient they are. And each and every trading day, I'm Mr. Darrell Martin. That's an outstanding show. 1 to 2 Eastern Standard Time right here. Once you get that account up and going, folks, what you want to do is test drive his analyzer. It's an awesome analyzer. We're going to be going through that analyzer right now. Darrell Martin, what's going on?
How's it going?
Going great, man. We got some volatility, man. It's a beautiful thing. These S&Ps, let's run over to these S&Ps quick.
Do it.
Because what we have, folks, is this. And this is really cool what has happened. Is that the last 2 days, I got a 10-minute chart up in front of me here, and what you've had is this. We had a high-volume low at 9:30 a.m. on the 25th. And what ends up happening, that high-volume low was 1938. We come all the way back up to ICE at 1953. Now, what that was doing is that when it broke down on the 24th, folks, that's where ICE was. We broke down with volume, crawls all the way back up. Guess what? Yesterday morning, and yesterday morning on the way down was fast and furious, folks. Okay, that was a surprise to the downside, no doubt. What ends up happening? We get down to 1936.25 with volume, mind you, crawls all the way back topside again. What you're going to see out here today, I suspect, after we get we got the first little leg down, but there's not enough juice inside it. And what I'm hoping for, as Darrell and I are still on here, is that we get a little bounce. We're at 1945.50. I'd like to see just a small bounce up to this 1947. And at 1947, we'll see what we're going to sell over in the Nadex platform. But the setup is pretty decent right now. How you doing, man?
I am doing fantastic.
Good. It's a beautiful thing, man.
I know.
You know, I was looking for a trade. If we go over to the euro for a second, and this is where it's important, folks. Once you start getting you understand the platform, number one, and the contracts that they lay out. So if we go over and we go into the currency contracts for a few, and I'm talking about the bull spreads now. If I go to the if I want to sell the euro, there's not, to me right now, we have two different things. We're on a Friday. Okay, so we're talking about a 2-hour trade here. I don't want to be.
Well, it's just going to go flat after about next hour and a half or so.
Exactly. And when I bring it up, what happens? There's not something that I like right here. That's what's going on, folks. Because if you bring up the 10 to 12, which would be the ultimate one to do, well, for me, it would be the ultimate one to do. We're at 136.34, and you have the 136.30 out there, but like. That's out of the money. It's like, oh, man, I like them right just kind of at the money. Do you know what I mean? And then we got to go to 136.80, which is way too far away, the 137.30. You know, so it's like, okay, that's on the 10 to 12. If I go to the 7 to 3, it's like, okay, so I got the 130. Yeah, that doesn't work either. You know, so that's kind of interesting how.
So what's your issue on the 10 to 12 one?
The 10 to 12 one is that
I mean, 6 ticks off where the market's at. Is that it?
36, 33. Yeah, I guess 8 ticks. You know, when I first started, it was actually more than that. It was, let me just see this one. Maybe I'll bite this one. 1 second. Hold on.
Are you looking at buying? You looking at selling?
I'm looking at selling.
Right, okay. You're always looking at selling. Why would I even ask you?
I know, man. Seriously, it's sad.
It's just an issue. It's okay.
Let's see.
Look at the sell side over here.
136.25. Yeah, but see, like right now, I could sell at 25. I think that's too much. That's 8 ticks, man. I've got these like at 4 to 6 ticks. You know what I mean? If I sold that right now, but the risk reward is really cool, folks. See, check this out. This is pretty sick. I could put up, okay. This is really sick, actually. For 5 contracts, I get my defined risk would be $25.
Well, what's your target? I mean, that's really what it comes down to.
Well, the target on this here would be, it's not going to go all the way down to this bottom. I guess the target would be 136.13. So it's 20 ticks from where you are.
Well, if it's 136.13,
yeah.
And if you expect to actually hit that, then that's not a bad trade. Because you're risking $5. I mean, yeah, you're going to give up 10 of them.
Right.
Okay, 10 of those pips. So,
right.
I mean, that sort of bites. But if it goes down to 36.13, you're making $12 on $5 risk. You're making a 220% return with the stop loss.
Right. No, I know. I just want something better.
I want to make 500%. Okay.
No,
if you want...
you know what's so funny, man? And this is like, it has to do with, and I know it's only a few ticks, but it's like, man, those few ticks just make a difference, man. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, so let's say you're 136.13. There is another choice on the Nadex platform.
Okay, good. Show me here.
Okay, so let's look at it. Let's see what we got. Okay, we're going to hop up. We're going to look at, it is Bull Bear Binary Hour. So we'll check out the binaries, right?
Yeah, okay, perfect, okay.
And we'll go over here. We'll check out our cells on the binaries. Let me get rid of any other filters I may have hidden. Hit our cells. Got the euro dollar selected. And now, let's see what we got. Because we got a little line up here.
Okay.
My energy's on. Okay. So right down here, 36. Okay, here's 11. So we got 36.16 for $10. There you go. That's more risk. But if it got down there, you're going to make 40. So you're going to get a 400% return. Okay?
Yep.
You actually make more than 40 if it got down to 36.13. So if I go here and I change my simulator, this is one of the things we've added in, right? So you can go in, you can go, hey, okay, I want to know what would I make if this dropped to 36.13. Target price. It says you'd be able to get out at 39.50, you'd make $50 on a $10 risk. That's a 500% return for you. That's 11 a.m. though. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go down to 12 o'clock, and we got a 36.17. Still $10. That's actually even better. Why would you even use the 36? Why would you use the 11 o'clock one? That's
right.
a tick higher for the same risk. That's fantastic. Like, that makes that other one pointless. You would make less money because it's moves slower. That's, I guess, the one downfall. But it's still a massive return. You'd make a 452% return.
Okay, let me find that one.
There you go. That's your trade for noon. Yeah.
For noon. Okay, hold on. Let me get this. So, where are we at? Okay.
Right now, that's your best trade. That's going to be your highest yielding, most profitable trade of the day.
Which one do you have? Which one are we talking?
I got the 12 o'clock expiration, 36.17 sell for $89.50.
I got it. Okay. Right there. 36.17, less than 36.17. I got it. Okay, cool, man. I got it. Okay.
And look at that. That was something you would never notice.
Right.
One, you're on your spreads. So we were able to look at spreads and binaries instantly back to back, right?
Yep.
And two, we were able to look at and go, well, the 36.13, which is a tick lower sell, is actually it's more expensive right now, or the same price at least, as the closer strike, a pip closer, which in binaries, a pip is everything.
Yep.
For the exact same risk, and you make more money. So, like, I mean, it's just, look at the return, 468% versus 453% at a profit target.
And this gets interesting, though. See, now I want to go back to...
That's a scanner in action right there.
That's a scanner in action, there's no doubt. So if I look at this...
without it, you're trading blind.
Oh, look at that. Look at it. It's up to 92 right now. Look at that.
Even better. Yeah, that's down to 733% return.
This is pretty sick. But you know what happens there is that's a long way down versus the spread. Let me go back to the spread again for a second. So what we're doing here, folks...
I mean, it's not a long way down. It's actually, I mean, we're actually going to make more on your same move.
Yeah, that's if it goes there.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, right. That's why I like the spreads, too. Do you see what happens? What the difference is, folks, is that the binary is a yes-no deal, okay?
Well, you can close before then, though.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Right.
Versus what ends up happening...
But if the spread moved down like 10 ticks, you'd be break even.
Right.
Or the binary would be worthless.
Right.
But those binaries move fast, baby.
Let's get Ilka on the phone at the same time. Ilka, what's going on?
Hi, guys. I couldn't resist.
Hi, that's a beautiful thing. We were waiting for you.
I tell you.
You got to have your own show here.
Now, listen.
She could definitely have her own show.
Say that again?
You could definitely have your own show here.
Yeah, right. I'm happy, yes. So listen. Now, this is too funny. This is like and Darrell, you will agree with me I know you will. Since last week, since Tom said he's going to start trading euro, right?
Yeah.
Isn't this like the slowest week we've had for ages?
It is.
FX has been like this deathly slow.
Ilka, I woke up on the couch like 2 nights ago, and it was perfect. It was like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, right? So I jumped when the computer was going on, and I jumped on. I'm saying to myself, man, it's still not moving, right? So I said, that's it. I'm not going to,
This is like, I had never seen this week. I mean, I've seen weeks like this in the summer. Yeah, I mean, but this is like, I said, no way. Tom, you don't know what this is nothing. You don't even know. This is not trading euro. Don't get your...
That's good. I'm glad because...
This is so good for the slow runner. This is very, very good training. So,
it's perfect.
Also
the slow runner.
Perfect.
So, in any rate, I don't think I would have lost last week, so we still haven't broken the low that I was thinking.
No, I know.
Breaking.
I know. Right.
And
I
so
guess
did you go short that time?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I did.
Okay.
You know, but I mean, right now I'm flat. You know what I mean? What happened is that just an overnight deal. So
hold on. So you didn't stay in it. You just went and got out, right?
Yeah. What happens? The way I like to trade these contracts, Ilka, is that the contract gets live at 11 o'clock. It really doesn't. You don't see any movement to about 2 to 2:30 in the morning. All right. And it's over by 7 in the morning. The contract that has the most movement. Let's put it that way. You know, because you can see on the 26th, it was at 136 at 240, and, by 7 it was at 136.12,
Yeah.
I didn't get that, by the way, okay? But that's the movement you're looking for, whether it's up or down, You stay right there. This is Ilka from Boston. We get Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien. Want to hear from you. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. You get the dial right now down 43. Nasdaq's off 3. S&Ps are off a couple bucks. We get gold up 320. We'll see if gold can make that run. Friday and gold, silver market might have some action here, baby. Stay right there. We're coming right back.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Wouldn't it be great if you could get a red light, green light indicator that gives you signals on 25 different future contracts? Now you can with Taz Signal Box. This red light, green light market profile system dynamically updates 24 hours a day and provides you with important trend and trade signals on 9 different commodities, 9 different indices, and 8 different currencies. Right now, you can receive a free 2-week trial to Taz Signal Box. For all the details and to find out how the signal box works, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Andy Heck's powerful weekly newsletter, the Technomental Commodity Report, has delivered multiple triple-digit winning trades in recent months. And right now's the perfect time to get a full month-long trial to Andy's newsletter with no obligation to pay anything. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you'll lock in the low rate of only $59 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You've always taken the long view when it comes to investing, but what if there's an opportunity right under your nose? What if you could be more responsive to market trends to seek to boost your portfolio performance right now while seeking to reduce your overall risk? At Direction Funds, we connect investors with alternative strategies that seek to maximize their returns. Smart investors deserve smart alternatives. Find yours at directionfunds.com. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risk charges, and expenses of Direction Funds carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Funds. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact the Direction Funds at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. Investing in index funds may be more volatile than investing in broadly diversified funds. Distributed by Rafferty Capital Markets, LLC.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien. We have Ilka from Boston. We are talking the Euro S&Ps right now. Let's just get over here and look at this just for a second. So your S&P future, folks, we are at 1947, and this is like the little pop that I'm actually looking for. That's a beautiful thing. Okay, so come up a little bit more. So, Ilka, talk to me about this Euro again. Where you looking for this Euro to go?
Yeah, what you guys the trade you were talking about, I was looking at it. That's a nice trade for whatever you guys doing. I don't trade that way, so this is a little bit more difficult. I don't think this Euro at this point, this is like such a slow, and I fully agree with you with one thing. This Euro is going down, but the thing I'm looking for is for it to go a little bit higher.
Okay, cool.
I needed to revise, a little bit higher for another week, maybe even. It will be like, like those steps. Like, it won't be anything exciting, and
right.
It needs more energy for it to go lower, and at this point, I don't think it has it yet. I don't think it has done all that,
Yes.
But it's like, oh my gosh, and I am in the trade, so it's like, are you kidding me? I'm long, but it's like, give me a little bit. That's good to know.
That's good for me to know, though. Okay, so
this is very unusual, and Darrell will agree. I don't know if Darrell trades Euro, but it is a very unusual period. But
I've just noticed all the FX has been. We've had some movement, but it just hasn't been that crazy wild stuff we've been getting. Like the last.
No, not at all.
It's just been like yawning almost.
No, this is very yawning for people who trade, but it's perfect for people who train to trade. It's just perfect.
Well, I mean, you can still trade it. You just can't go for those massive 100-pip moves we were getting before as easily. Now you're just going in.
Exactly,
So,
within minutes. And so, Tom, this is perfect. So this is good for you to get in, get out, not just watch, because it will be, watching and thinking, oh, I would have, could have. It's not giving you the same, and you know it.
No, I understand. But,
so
particularly
this is
because
time for you to kind of, okay, this little bit of this, whatever you see, that will be happening. Because I don't think your risk at this point is as bad as it could be another time,
Well, see, this is where you're going to get really intrigued when you start test driving this Nadex platform, because it's a whole different ball game as to what you're risking. Period. That's the thing that's amazing.
I know. I will have to. I will have to this year. Sometime this year, I have to do this, but it's just not there yet.
No, you'll see the difference. And but the point about the summer trading, folks, okay, I remember, the reality is that out of the whole summer, even if you're trading equities, let's say that we're talking 6 to 10 weeks in the summer, well, guess what? You probably should not be trading about 6 of those weeks.
Or this is a good time for some people who are, just learning.
Yeah, so I'm with you there. Right.
Yeah, it's a good time for people who are learning because they're, they still have the patience. We don't have patience anymore. We're we're mentally disturbedly, I don't know what you call these people that trade all the time.
Yeah, no, that's
we're on a different level. So this is perfect for newbies, I think, a market. So it's a nice, safer, in a sense. It's definitely a good time for us to take vacation, but we don't. So
totally. It's more forgiving. That's what it really comes down to.
All right, guys, have a good weekend.
Have a great one. Thanks for calling. Have a great weekend.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Yeah, we got to. It's it's interesting. The volatility. I mean, is low everywhere. It doesn't matter what vehicle you're on. Well, actually, it'll be interesting to see. Let's go over to gold for a second. So, we have a gold, folks, because on a Friday, GCQ, she's not going to need that much. So if we look at this intraday. Yeah, there's not spikes here yet. But what we will get, they haven't been able to get it down yet. Oh, this is going to get interesting, though. Let's see. So at 10 o'clock, we had 2,200 contracts. This is they're going to start pushing it right now. Oh, this could get to be fun, folks. Now, let's see. What time is it? Let's see. So, this is good. It's going to start. So watch this. Gold is going to start a new bar, folks, at the top of its range. So what that sets up is that we're at 1320. That sets up that we get to 1323. If we can get over that 1323 with some juice, they could get this thing going on a Friday. You stay right there, folks. Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling a problem with us. Dow Industrials are down 30. NASDAQ is flat. S&Ps are off $1.50. We're going to be right back.
Darrell Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Darrell Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, Nasdaq, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock in option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
No matter where you listen to TFNN programming, we want you to know you can always access your favorite shows on demand through TFNN.com. TFNN airs live programming every market day from 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can view each program by accessing Tiger TV through our homepage. We even have an easy link for all mobile devices, including iPhones and iPads, located at the top right-hand corner of the TFNN homepage. You can use your smartphone to view Tiger TV, but if you don't have a mobile connection that can keep up with streaming live video, then you can simply visit TFNN.mobi in the browser of your smartphone for live streaming audio of all of our programs. The mission of TFNN is to educate our audience directly and interactively through our interactive website and radio call and talk shows. TFNN is able to teach all levels of investors the technical skills needed to trade in today's marketplace. In order to get the best information possible, TFNN has assembled the most respected financial minds in the country to provide the most current news and comprehensive advice available. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien. We have the Dow Industrials right now down 28. Nasdaq is flat. S&Ps are off $1.50. And as you're over at our website at TFNN, folks, you're going to see the Nadex banner on the right-hand side. Hit the banner. You can bring up the Nadex platform. They'll put $25,000 of funding money into it. And, you know, as Elka was just saying, you know, you have slower markets. Well, guess what? Great time to basically get out there and walk yourself through how these different contracts work. Darrell, can you walk us through, you know, your analyzer and when you're getting up and what you're looking at in these markets? You know, basically, I know it changes probably every day, but just give us a rundown of how you use your analyzer and what you're looking at.
Well, what I do is first I find my trade, like any other trade you do.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if I am trying to find a specific kind of trade, you know, like I'm doing like an expiration trade.
Yes.
You know, then I'll go to the analyzer first and see if there's anything there.
Okay.
But for my normal, you know, just day-to-day trading,
yes,
I'm going to go over, I'm going to analyze my charts. I'm going to look, you know, where I see trends, magnet prices, targets, you know, whatever I'd normally do if I was just trading futures or forex.
Right.
And after I've done that, then I'll go over to the analyzer. I'll look at the spreads and I'll look at the binaries. Okay?
Yes.
Usually I'll look at the spreads. If I find something I want, I'm probably done looking.
Okay.
But if I can't find exactly what I like, then I may go over and I may check out the binary contracts.
Yes.
And I'll pull up the instrument I want. I'll put in the I'll go over here and I'll select, you know, I want euro dollar. And then I'll just scroll down and I'll see, you know, what's available. But then I'll start filtering it down. I want to sell it, I don't want to buy, so I'll click sells. Right? So it gets all the buys out of my way. And I'm getting, if you notice, I'm getting like the 10, the 11, the 12, 1, 2, 3. I get every contract that's going to be tradable.
Right.
So I don't have to click 45 times over on Nadex and guess that I have the best one and try to remember to do all the calculations in my head. Okay?
Yes.
And I can do them. I mean, I know the product well enough. I can pretty much, I've done this long enough. I can just go right to the contract, but I don't have absolute certainty I have the best one.
Right.
I know it's a good one. I just don't know if it's the best one. And sometimes the best could actually be the one that wins, and the good one could be the one that loses. Because just that few ticks can make a big difference.
Oh, they do. No, they do. They absolutely make a big difference, right?
And I mean, like we saw that on that binary contract. I mean, it was a closer contract at the same or less risk, which should not happen that way.
I'm with you, exactly.
And so you just could have easily passed over that and not even noticed.
Sure.
Anyway, so you go over here, and I'm like, okay, so I want to sell, and then I can go, well, you know what? I want to tighten up that risk reward a little bit.
Okay.
And or maybe I don't want to risk more than a certain amount of dollars on the contract.
Right.
So, like, if I want, say I don't want to risk more than $30.
Yes.
And I want a 1-to-1. Now that's per contract, so I may do 100 and risk 3,000, but per individual contract, And what that'll do is it'll instantly show me. It shows me here's the 11, the 12, and the 3 o'clock expirations with under a $30 risk and a greater than a 1-to-1.
Right.
And so I'm like, okay, well, I have a few choices here. I got the 11 and 12. The 11 has $3 risk. The 12 has $6 risk. The 3 o'clock has $3 risk, but it's 25 ticks away.
Right.
Okay? And I go, I don't want that stuff that's like 25 ticks away. And so I can go, well, show me the ones that are just at the market, within like 10 ticks plus or minus.
Yes.
And what it'll do, let's see here, then go to at the market. Because it'll narrow it down.
And if you happen to be in your car, folks, okay, he has the analyzer up right now, and it's so clean, it's pretty amazing. We're talking about as he's setting this whole thing up. So you'd be plugging it in, and then when you plug it in, he just hit the go button, and then it's going to be telling us, what exactly the risk is and the proximity to the underlying, the maximum risk, the maximum profit, and the risk reward, all in one little nice package.
So, yeah, exactly. It makes it so easy. And what we can see right now is we had like 30 contracts when we started, right?
Yes.
Now we have 2. So now we have the one for 11 and the one for 12. So the 11 is only going to give me 21 minutes.
Right.
And I can say, I want at least an hour for my trade to play out.
Exactly.
And literally it narrows it down to, I do that, boom. There's the only contract out of like the 30 contracts available that has a 1-to-1 with less than $30 risk and at least 60 minutes to expiration.
Nice.
And that seems like a big process, when we talk it out really slow on air here. But, and it almost seems complicated. But really, here's what you're doing as you get used to doing this. Okay, you're doing this actually, and this is what traders don't realize. They're doing this anyway in the platform.
Right.
They're having to narrow all this stuff down. They're doing all these filters. It's just they don't think about the filters first. They look at the contracts and they're like, nah. By saying no, they're filtering.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so what I tell people to do is go click Reset Filters. Look at everything.
Okay.
That's where you start. You don't start with the filters. You start with the visible, like, what are the choices?
Yes.
And it's like you start in, and there's a whole bunch of different ice creams up there on the board at Brahms, and which ones do I want, And so we're going to go in here and we're like, okay, well, I don't want, the yogurt flavor. I don't want yogurt. I want ice cream. So that's
with butter in it.
Exactly. So you just filtered it on down. So, but anyway, so you look at this right here, and you're like, okay, well, I don't want buys. I want sells. So let me just get let me just get those buys out of the way. Okay?
Yeah.
Narrowed down. And then you go, okay, well, I don't want stuff that is going to expire in less than, an hour. So let me just get that out of the way. Okay, well, what else do I not want on here? Well, I don't want stuff that is going to be, risking $90 to make 2.
I see that. No, that's insane. Look at that. Oh, I got it. Okay.
Because that's a great spread on the buy side. It's a horrible spread on the sell side.
Yeah, right.
So I don't want that kind of risk. I want give me like at least a 1-to-1.
Sure.
Pardon me. Put that on in there. And then so we go down. Boom. It gets rid of those. I got this 28 tick risk. I'm not going to risk 28. I don't want the market to move 28 ticks. I don't care if it's only $3 risk.
Yeah, that's insane, folks. That's huge, right?
So I'll go up here, and I'll say, just make that a -10 to +10. So basically what that's saying is, let's just make the market 10 ticks away.
Well, yeah, this is getting interesting because I can see when you're looking at this, the amount of ticks that it has to move. So you're breaking it down as to what has to move in order to get you. So when I'm looking at the proximity to the underlying, okay, so that's what that's given. One's -10, 3, 3, and 2. That's pretty sweet. Okay.
Yeah, so it's basically just the difference between where the underlying market's quoting and where the ask is quoting on a buy, or as it sell is quoting on a bid.
Exactly. Okay.
All right.
Yep.
And so I got all that up, and I'm like, I'm not putting up. I mean, $276. It's basically the same as trading euro-dollar. Right?
Yes.
Now I don't have a stop loss, but does it really matter? I don't think it's going to move 276 pips.
No.
Okay.
Right.
So, I don't, those are decent for replacing FX, for having capped risk, and for your margin doesn't increase. That is the one thing.
Right.
If you do a euro-dollar contract, you got to put like, I don't know, $230 or whatever it is right now, and then if you're down 10 pips, there's 10 more pips coming out of your account, right?
Right. ASAP. Right.
Okay. So this is like, that is the amount of money coming out of your account. It will never increase.
Yeah.
So it's not that it's not so much about the loss. It's now about the additional capital required. I could go down to 100. Now I'm like at half.
Right.
And I mean, that's like 3 ticks away. But I could also go down to 47. If I'm not expecting 100 and something to take move, that's fine. So that's a decent mirror the market strategy for going for 30 ticks. Or
yes.
I think you're going for like 17 or 18 ticks, right?
Right. So,
but I still sort of need to get out of the trade because I do have a maximum risk. So I probably will have to sort of use the stop trigger on that. Or I can choose the trade that we were looking at, the 12 o'clock one. It's 9 ticks away. That's quite a bit of movement right there that I have to give up. It's $4 risk. So really, these are probably my two choices if I want a noon trade and I don't want to put up more than, like, say, $50.
Right.
And so I got to make a choice. Do I want to sort of manage a little bit of risk, or do I want to not worry about risk at all and give up a few ticks?
Well,
or do I want to look at a higher payout?
Now watch this. Now, folks, you can be in the middle of this, and I'm going to switch gears on them, and this is what's so cool about the scanner, because I want to switch over to the S&Ps, because it just give me that little pop that I'm looking for. And what's so cool here, folks, you can see that if you have the scanner up in front of you, okay, if you're looking at the rest of the market, well, guess what? In my case, it's like, okay, hold it, man. The euro's still not moving. But the S&P just popped to this 1948.50 mark, and we've done this right now. We're 3 minutes into the trade, and the first pop had 73,000 contracts, and we're only at 15,000. So I just wait a bit here, and the trade here was shifting gear. I'm shifting gears, and I'm saying to myself, okay, good. Get into the 1949.50 level. Yesterday, 1949.75 was the high, and sell that.
So we're targeting 1940 what?
Yeah, here, let me pull the platform up at the same time. 1 second, I got it right here. Okay. So let me.
I'm not just being on like the chart itself on the S&P ES contract. What are you going to make your target price there?
I'm going to make the target price ESU for. I'm going to be looking for. 1 second. So there's 2 days that I was just talking about. Okay, so the first target price would be 1944. But listen, man, this thing can hit the 36. But I think the 44, you're at 48, is pretty easy, man.
All right, so we instantly have
easy.
We instantly have 2 choices.
Okay.
We got the 12 o'clock. It's 13 ticks away, which sounds big, but you've got to remember, and I put this on the platform to help you out with that.
Yes.
Okay? On Nadex, the S&P ticks in dimes, not quarters.
Right.
So that's 1.5 points. That's 6 ticks.
Okay.
It's not a big deal, right?
Right.
So you can choose the noon right now.
Yep.
The 19th, so I actually had increased my size up here to 2020 because I knew we were the ES. And but choose the 12 o'clock, 1940 to 1950.
Yep.
That's going to give you a $25 risk a contract. If you're doing 4 or 5 contracts to equal, it'd be like $125 risk on the S&P.
Look at that. So it's 125, and you can make 375. And that, by the way, so what happens here also is this. You're selling it at 1947.70. In fact, they just popped to 70, so it's $115.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to Just give me one more second. Let's see how many contracts.
And then you can also pop the ticket up right inside the scanner, which is great. You don't have to go over to the platform to do it.
Okay, so as soon as what I'm going to do here, folks, is this, is that this is good. We're 6 minutes into it right now, and we're 22,000 contracts, and we're dealing with, no, we're to 22? Yeah, 22,000 contracts versus 73,000. Oh, I love it. Okay. And you're coming into, so watch it, you're coming into, folks, I got to sell it right now. Okay, so 1 second, hold on. 47, if I sell 5, that's $1.25 by $3.75. Okay, bingo. I got that. So now the key is going to be, it's not that you can make a fortune, because the downside on that, what happens, folks, is that it's 1940, but what will end up happening is that'll never flat out at 1940. So there's a couple different things you can do. You could put a buyback at 1942, 41, leave it in there. You may get hit before the deal. What is happening is, so we get an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and 17 minutes.
Now we do have one below that, but you're going to have to put up quite a bit more capital.
Yeah, well, it's already too late.
Yeah.
So what we have here is that what I'm looking for right now in this 10-minute would be a close under 1948.75. So I got 3 more minutes for that. Because what you're doing is that you're testing the swing point on the other side. We do have lighter volume right now, and if I get rejection of price simultaneously, then your odds go up pretty quickly that it'll come back down to the 1944 area. So.
See, I'm opening this chart up so I can be on the same page as you on that one.
let me pull. Okay, I got this baby up. It's really interesting, man. That even I can't wait for the fall for the aspect of, and what happens volatility-wise, folks. We're going to get volatility. I mean, the bottom line is that markets don't stay dull year-round. What you do have, no doubt, is that it doesn't matter what market it is, that they're pretty dull on a Friday in the summer. That's what that comes down to. Now, I think today, actually, in the S&P, it is not going to, that volatility is going to change. The reason being is that yesterday morning, even being a bear, I was shocked how fast the S&P came down at the open. And what happens, folks, is that when that happens, most times that is a change of trend, number one, and then what ends up happening is that, and when markets continue to go up, the surprises are always on the upside. When markets want to go down, the surprises come to the downside. And that open yesterday, if you were around in that open yesterday, that was wild, man. It was like, what just happened?
Oh, that was fantastic.
It was nuts. It was like amazing. I was worried about getting stopped out of a short position in the Russell 2000. And it was like, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, I was. I mean, at the open, I wasn't going to change the stop. Do you know what I mean?
It was going all over the place, yeah. It's bouncing off settlement, by the way, right now.
Right now. Okay, cool. And look at it. It's going to, let's see, 10 o'clock, 1 second. No, 9:50, and another minute. It's going to close underneath it. You stay right there, folks. Darrell and I are coming right back. Dow down 19, Nasdaq's flat, S&P's are flat. We're going to be right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
We're told to follow our passion and everything else will fall into place. I hope that's what each of you are doing each and every day. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com, and my passion for technical analysis is what led me to the most fundamental discovery in pattern recognition, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator, market scanner, and trading strategy, a set of tools that identify the momentum and power of the trend, the likes of which have never been seen before, for every market and every time frame. Yes, folks, the trend is your friend, unless you're on the other side. New to technical analysis? This is the place to start. And experienced traders, take advantage of the trend like never before. Experience the power of the Rhodes Momentum Indicator each day, available to subscribers of my newsletter service, Mastering Probability. I guarantee your satisfaction for the next 30 days unconditionally, so there's no risk to you other than being on the wrong side of the trend. Mastering Probability, available on the homepage of TFNN.com. And folks, live with passion.
Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien. Don't forget, folks, at TFNN we do 9 hours of live programming every trading day. You can get it right on your cell phone. Starts at 9 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock in the evening. Right on your cell, just in the browser, you put TFNN.mobi. If you want to get, that's TFNN.mobi. You want to get Tiger TV, which gives you the charts, audio, video, just go to TFNN.com. On the right-hand side, you're going to see a little banner with box that has devices in it, meaning iPads, computers, phones. Hit that box. Our servers are going to know what you're on. You'll get delivered to your phone or computer or whatever you're on, the Tiger TV. We're talking about the test right now that the S&P futures had done, and what you had out here, folks, is that on the 10-minute basis, you had a close under this 1948.75. Had lighter volume, so that's a failure up at that point. Now the real key is going to be, okay, will we get any juice as we try to test out the 1945 on the way down?
And 1948.75 is the settlement from yesterday, too.
Oh, cool. Okay. Tell me the settlement again. What number?
1948.75.
Okay. So it was oscillating around that number. I got it. Okay, cool.
It's pinned right to it. And
yep.
Yeah, that's what we've been hitting over. Basically, it's been, it hopped right back. We had a gap fill this morning. You know, I love those gap fills, right?
Yes.
So we had a gap fill, ran on up, filled it, oscillated, came down, hit it again, came down, hit it again, popped right above it most recently with a little bit of volume but nothing impressive.
Right.
And now we're heading down. So basically what I'm looking for on this exact same trade, I'm already in half my position.
Yes.
I'm going to add on to my position
as
long as we get a close lower than the last bar and we get more volume than the last bar.
Oh, cool. Yeah, right.
So basically I want to see a volume reversal shift with increasing volume and a down close.
Right.
So.
And what the way that this should shake out, folks, goes like this. There's two different deals here. Here, I'll start with the deal about the test. The test failed on a short-term basis, but if you look at this on a daily basis, it's like not even close, because you're going into the downdraft that had been created yesterday morning, and that downdraft was vicious. That was 84,000 contracts, and we just tested that with 30,000. But the 30,000 was still really just testing the 0930 with 73,000. So you can see in that context, and I always like it when it's like that. You know, you have one test that failed, but the larger test on the daily is like, okay, it's not even close. So now what you'd be looking for is you're looking just for something fast, downtown. And,
right.
We'll see how this...
And that's why I want the close underneath the last bar with increased volume. I want to see that velocity just pushing us down, and then I'm...
Yeah, then you know
pounded.
and that no doubt, that's a verification that, guess what, that it failed, but then you had follow through, and you had follow through, folks, with expansion of volume, with conviction, because
exactly.
then you have an operator that's out there that's saying, hey, guess what, I am going to push this down, 3, 4, 5 points and take my bread and then go to the Hamptons, okay? Because that's what you have on, let's see, it's 10:57. That's what you have on Fridays. That's just how it shakes out, man. So,
but I mean, it's still got time. We got a few minutes. Volume's picking up. It's starting to move back down. It's oscillating.
Well, we get to noon, right? I get to noon on this trade, so that's not bad.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to. I got 5 contracts on. I want to throw 20 more on.
Right.
So I'm waiting for them. Like, come on, do it.
Yeah, and on a Friday, it's Yeah,
I'm a little more picky too on Fridays. That's why I only put on like 5, and I'm like, I'll put on another 20 if we break that low.
That's a beautiful thing. Well, listen, folks, you stay right there. We got our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, coming up next. Tiger Technicians Hour. Nico and Paige are going to keep you healthy. Darrell's going to be right back here. He's going to be cleaning up on that S&P by the time he comes back. Dave White, myself will be back. Darrell, thanks so much, man. Have a great one, folks. Have a safe one. You stay right there. Our man, Basil Chapman's coming right up.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.